We are back, Brave and Bold. We are back, you guys. It's been a minute, but we had some things we had to take care of, and we are back, and we also have better audio. So we're so excited.
We saw your comments.
Yeah, we saw your comments, and we knew that this was an issue we had to deal with. So we dealt with it. Hopefully this audio is a lot better, but we're back, you guys, with episode 5. I am your co-host, Savannah Ramirez.
And I'm your co-host, Delara Shervani.
Yes, and this is the Brave Meets Bold podcast. We talk all things...
Everything.
Yeah, we talk a little bit about everything. We talk about what girls our age in their 20s kind of have to face and different challenges. And we speak about things that we've gone through, how we got through them, all types of stuff. So today's episode, we're going to get really real and raw with you.
And we have some daddy issues. Kind of.
I think that this episode is going to be very interesting because we both have such different perspectives about this topic, as you guys will see.
Just missing, not having the father figure in our lives, but for different reasons. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you so much for y'all's patience, really.
For
I know
real.
Savannah was just saying that. I just want to say thank you. I hope this audio sounds better. I hope we saw your comments. We're really sorry. We were trying. Everything was just like a trial error, but we are back.
We're back. It came down to a geek squad having to come and help us figure this out. Not once, but twice.
Yes.
But here we are. We don't know how far we should be having the mics, but I feel like right there is it.
Right there?
Yeah.
Okay, well, so give us a little backstory about, you start, Savannah.
Okay. Well, first off, I have to say that I know we all say this, but I really truly had the most amazing dad who sacrificed so much for his family, even sacrificed so much for himself before he even had a family and met my mom. He was just an amazing human being. And I'm so blessed to have had him as long as I did. Unfortunately, he's no longer here with us anymore. And we'll get into all of that. But yeah, I just want to first off say that I'm just so thankful for my dad, all the lessons he taught me, all the love he showered me and my sister with, and just being the outstanding man that he could be with the things that he had. So I just want to state that. But
We love Sunny.
we love Sunny. We do. And Delora knows my dad very, very, very well. Knew my dad very, very, very well. She was like a third daughter to him, so she knew him very well. But yeah, we just have different perspectives about this. Once she gets into it, you guys will already be able to tell how our upbringing was different. But yeah, my dad was, he was definitely in my life. It's not like he was not in my life. I wouldn't necessarily say, because I feel like daddy issues is like, I don't know, people...
We said that, we laughed. I think the topic is so sad for both of us in our situations that we thought that saying daddy issues or naming it daddy issues kind of brings like a little laughter into it. Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say I have daddy issues, but just
I did.
You
I did.
Can say
so
that.
We can,
I don't think I can say that because I wouldn't really say like, I wouldn't tell you like, girl, I had daddy issues.
Yeah,
I really didn't.
I agree.
Yeah,
but I did. So
yeah. So we'll have to figure out how we can name this podcast so that.
But if it is daddy
episode
issues, if it ends up being that,
yeah, then
you know why we got it there.
Do you want to explain a little bit about
yours?
yours?
So I had my mom and dad married until I was 5, and then my parents got a divorce. Long story short, I haven't seen or heard from my dad since 8th grade. I think that's the last time I had any sort of communication with him. And here I am, about to be 29, and what are you in 8th grade? 12? So 13?
Yeah.
No, 12. I don't know.
Maybe yeah,
So
13, 14.
that's do the math, I guess.
Yeah, wow. It's a long time.
That is a long time.
To not have
Over a
someone you
decade.
once had.
I mean, someone who like brought you into this world, and then now you're like,
Right. And you know them as your dad, your father, your big bear.
yeah. I'm like worried that I'm like,
Should I put it a little
yeah,
higher?
put it a little higher. We're learning, guys.
um,
So you can see how different the situation is.
yeah.
But I think we both were affected differently. But at the end of the day, don't have that male figure in our lives currently. So that is something we have in common. I think I'm looking at my notes. Should I just start?
Just start.
I think my dad not being a good male example in my life, like not taking care of the things that a father or a husband should be taking care of, kind of seeing that, I know that the person I'm going to marry is the opposite of that.
Okay.
So it kind of showed me what not to look for. And I think I have this somewhere in my notes, but I feel like I used to gravitate towards men that were like my father. Like kind of like if you like if you like think about Deli's roster of
The roster.
disappointments and failures, to my current relationship, very different. But I think that my past, I was looking for people like that had similarities.
Definitely.
Unfortunately,
Mm-hmm.
it's okay. We live and we learn.
Right. That's a very, very common thing for women.
So that's where my daddy issues, I think, came in.
Came into
And then therapy
Right.
and finding someone that just
is the opposite.
the opposite and like just loves you unconditionally is crazy. Like the difference all that makes.
Yeah.
So
I'm so happy for you because you could have kept going down that path where you felt like men can only be as good as your dad was, or the standards that he set, those are the standards that you kind of set for men.
Yep.
And you felt like they couldn't be better than that.
Yep.
You know?
I agree.
Because that's all you saw, that's all you knew. So that's what you went out and found.
Yeah, and I
right?
wanted better than my mom had in the relationship.
So you always knew that?
Yeah. But I
Okay.
always like
Gravitated towards.
yeah, and it was like little things that I would see. I feel like similarity in behaviors. Now looking really back, I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of like that's right.
Like
Of things that I maybe saw growing up, just personality wise.
Right.
Narcissist was literally definition of like my past, but I don't know. I think you live and you learn.
You took the time to heal and step back and realize that it's not what you want anymore.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It no longer serves you. Maybe it never even did serve you. It's
didn't,
just all
yeah.
you knew.
Yep.
And when you
It is
know
all I knew.
something,
Mhm.
it's comforting.
It is.
So maybe you found even comfort in someone who was similar because your dad wasn't around.
No, definitely. No, that has a lot to do with it. I mean, if you're listening and your father's not in your life, like let us know. Like, I'm not the only one
No, you're not the only
that,
one.
you know, kind of went after maybe men that had similarities with their father or the way your parents' relationship was. Did you bring that toxicness into your relationships as an adult?
Yeah.
Like, I would love to know
Mhm.
because I'm curious.
Yeah, and I know for a fact you're definitely not the only one.
But your parents were always so in love and, well, from an outside looking in, and
Yeah.
I know that no relationship is perfect, but they made it work
Mm-hmm.
through the hard times and the good
the
times.
bad,
So
and
you
the
tell
ugly.
you tell me how that affects
Yeah.
your relationship or you as a person.
Well, from all the things that I did know of my dad, I feel like he definitely did set a high standard when it comes to a man. And I was also always very scared to bring a man or a boy, because at the time I was younger, they weren't men, but a boy, I was always afraid to bring like anybody that I was talking to or whatever around my dad. You know, my
Yeah,
dad.
I know.
He scared me.
You scared me, and I loved him.
And he scared us in the best way possible
Yeah.
because, you know,
Like strict.
yeah, he wasn't super strict, but he was the perfect amount to where I knew that I need to always be doing good if he's not around, because I did not want to deal with him if I was in trouble. But I wasn't a bad girl or anything. Yeah, so I feel like he set a standard and a very good one. And I only ever brought him one boy, which is now a man, and which is my boyfriend. And that's the only person that I ever introduced my dad to. And I'm so thankful that I did, and that my dad got to meet my boyfriend, because that truly means a lot to me. But yeah, I feel like, yeah, my dad set a standard. My dad was a great dad. My dad was, I can't speak for my mom. I wasn't, but from what I saw, a great
As your
husband,
father, yeah. It's always different relationships, too.
Definitely, yeah. And, they dealt with things that they're not going to sit and tell us, you know.
As they shouldn't. I feel like when your parents deal with their own shit, like, it shouldn't be the kids.
Yeah, it has nothing, you shouldn't bring your kid into it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think you should. But, yeah, so he always did set a standard, and he was always there unless he was working. So, yeah, I mean, I felt...
And they talk a lot. You guys, 4 of you, talk all the time. I always envied that.
Yeah.
The group chat's going. The
Yeah,
cell phone calls are going.
Yeah, we always had a group chat going, and we were always communicating, and, yeah, we always kept the communication high, and all that good stuff. So,
Just
yeah,
important.
I do feel like he set a good idea of what a man should be like, and just a boyfriend in general.
Yeah.
In my life. Yeah.
Mine too, honestly. Like, I always loved the father-daughter relationship you guys had. I really did.
Yeah.
And I was lucky enough to see it for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just marrying someone that isn't like my dad, but we kind of talked about that.
Yeah. Which I feel like you came to a conclusion after you healed that it was no longer serving you.
Yeah, and actually, I wrote this, I remember writing my notes. I recently lost someone very close and dear to me, and I remember writing these notes and being in like a moment. So I kind of went a little, I was like really venting to myself, but I wrote this paragraph there. I'm going to read a little bit of it, but not having like the father-daughter dance, or not having a dad walk me down the aisle, as Savannah can relate. But honestly, I wouldn't want anyone else to walk me down the aisle besides my mom. You have a different, perspective on that, but my mom did both mom and dad, so
it's only right.
She worked the hardest to raise me and shape me into the woman that I am today. Not really my dad, because also my dad wasn't the breadwinner when he was around. He was at home with me. My mom was the hustler every day, and it just seems the most appropriate. And what I want is for her to walk me down.
Yes.
But like, I don't really have the option, even though my dad's in the world. I don't even think if he knocked on my door today, I would want a relationship with him, for many reasons, things that I wouldn't ever say out loud. But like for you, it's like not an option.
Yeah.
So like what? How do you feel about that?
I've thought about it for sure, and thankfully I do have an uncle that has been there all my life.
Love him.
And
I miss both your uncles.
I know.
I really do miss.
I was just with him for Easter, and
I need to get invited to one of these family gatherings.
Always invited, but you need to come, because they're missing you.
I'm missing them.
Yeah, they're missing you. But yeah, I haven't told him yet, but when I do, it'll be super special, and I would love for him to be the person who walks me down the aisle. And I saw the cutest thing. This bride, her dad passed away, and they had a seat for him at the wedding.
Oh, I'm gonna have one too.
Yeah.
For my grandpa's.
Oh,
yeah.
Me too. I'm gonna have my dad, my
so
grandma.
you put like something of theirs on there.
Yes, and
yeah,
it'll be like
definitely.
right there in the front. So I definitely want to do that and honor my dad and my grandma and grandpa for sure, because I would do anything to have them be there on such a special day.
They will be.
They will be, and they won't have a seat right in the front.
Yes.
So, yeah.
They get the VIP.
They do.
Another thing, the last thing that I wrote actually, I'm not a parent, but I always think about how someone I guess you wouldn't relate too much to this, but how can a parent do the things that they do to their child, or also how can they just like not be around? Like, how do you like not unconditionally love your kid? Like, I think about it, like my dream, one of my dreams in life is to be a mom. So I'm just like,
I cannot wait to see you be a mom.
Thanks. I'm gonna be crazy.
No,
That's
you're
gonna
gonna
be
be
like
such an
my
amazing
bestie
mom.
attached to the hip.
You're already a mom to like every kid in your life.
Yes, those
So
my cousin's kids are like my heart and soul.
mm-hmm.
And but I can't imagine like me having one. Anyways, I get so excited talking about it.
Aww.
But
Yeah.
I can't imagine like I don't have one, but I can't imagine ever
like neglecting it.
neglecting it, or like I always say like I never want to hurt my kids' feelings purposely. Like even if I'm like your shirt's ugly, like something that
Yeah.
I mean I would never say that, but something to like
Yeah.
that
That's
extent.
not a cute outfit, but
I'm
you look so cute.
yeah, exactly. I would even if I didn't like it, I wouldn't purposely hurt them.
Yeah,
I
hear
can't like.
that.
What do you like? What
I feel the same way. I don't have any type of kids in my life the way you do. I do now with my boyfriend's
Yeah, I was
sister's
just about to
son.
say that.
And so it's so fun because I do get to see kind of what it's like to have a kid around, but that wasn't until he's 3 now, so
Yeah.
that wasn't until recently.
Oh, that's the best age.
Yeah, he was the sweetest little love bug. He has so much love in him. It's insane, and it's so sad that that's how we all start out,
Mm-hmm.
and then the world
I
comes
know.
knocking at our door, and then things
I didn't think
happen.
about it like
Yeah,
that.
so he's just so pure and sweet and full of love, and it's just the sweetest thing. So I do kind of get to experience that now, but you know, it was only until 3 years ago, and you know how it is at the beginning. Like kids they just want to be around their mom, and then they
Mhm.
start to warm up once they see you enough, and then
and they feel
become-
love.
Yeah,
Kids honestly just when they feel love, I feel like.
they just like
They're-
naturally
yeah.
gravitate.
But I can sit here and I like tell you, there is not one thing that I have carried on from my life sitting here today from my dad that I can tell you. Well, he taught me that, or he told me this, or this is the advice he gave me, and it was actually something very valuable. Like I really can't, and it's so sad. I hate saying that. I actually feel guilty saying that. Like I wish I had something to be like, my dad actually
Yeah,
put this
ingrained
into
this in
yeah,
me.
nothing.
Which is so interesting, and that's why I say we have such different perspectives about this situation, and I'm just as intrigued to listen.
If you
To
hear
what
a
you
dog,
gotta
I'm very
say.
sorry right now.
I don't hear
Well, my mom just came home.
Oh,
so
okay.
she-
Yeah, which is why I myself am intrigued to hear what else you have to say. But I have a note that says, and if you've lost a parent, I'm so genuinely sorry. I know exactly what you're going through and what you've been through.
I'm sorry as well. I know I can't imagine, but I know it's hard.
Right. So I said losing a parent is almost something you think is never going to happen, and when it does, the best way to honor them is to enforce the things that they taught you. Become a version of yourself that you knew they would be proud of, and know that they're still with you. So for me, I have so many things that my dad taught me just by being him, and then of course by being my dad, who was shaping me into, you know, he was always shaping me because he was my dad, and that was, you know, his responsibility, and he took on that responsibility and wanted to teach me and things like that. So everything that he ever has taught me, I really just honor him by
She really does.
being those things and doing those things. And I just will like hear his voice. Like one thing is, it's like kind of silly, but it's something that I just always remember him saying, like, to like when I drive my car, to always have a car amount of space in between the person in front of you and your car. So like when I'm too close, I'll like hear his voice, like, and I'll like back up. You know, so just like little things like that. And
that
of
is
course,
his voice telling you he's
yeah,
there, like
mhm.
mad, like
It's
hello.
girl, back up. What did I
Yeah.
tell you? So yeah, stuff like that, and just even, you know, bigger things than that. I just make sure to live by now more than ever.
Yeah, and she really does. I feel like I see Sunny in you a lot. I do.
I love that.
And I feel like you look like Sunny the most.
You think so?
I do.
That's funny because I say
Sierra does.
That is something that you have to realize. Maybe your parent didn't take the time to heal from their situations, and they are almost lashing out. They're almost still affected and reacting to their childhood. And that's why whatever it is that they do to you has, I know this is so hard for somebody else to speak for you, and I'm not speaking for anybody, I'm not speaking for you, I'm just saying, I'm just stating that it has nothing to do with you, you know, and it breaks my heart to know that there are people out there that think that it does have everything to do with them.
That's
and that
me. I'm one of the set example right here.
Exactly, and that maybe you don't think you're worthy, or you know, you've taken the time to heal, so I hope you know your worth, and I wish you always knew
I do
your
now,
worth.
but it takes work.
But more so, I'm speaking to the people who don't know, you know, and are affected by the way that their parents treated them, because I know that there's also mommy issues as well, and I just can't
imagine.
I can't imagine. I feel like daddy issues is unfortunately more common, but mommy issues is a thing too, and
I
that
can imagine like my mom. I mean,
Either.
you carry your kid for 9 months. You bring it into this world.
right. Like it does. You don't connect to somebody more
Then your
than
mom.
that.
Yeah.
You know.
And then they're like, okay, never mind. I'm not into it.
Yeah.
Like what?
Or like, yeah, you know, there's so many different reasons why people do the things that they do. But I just kind of want to shine light on the fact that, you know, there are adults that have kids and even grandkids that haven't dealt with their past, or just the darkness that they've experienced, and let that creep out into their life and their loved ones, and it's like a cycle that needs to be broken, and that is, you know, that has a lot to do with like generational curses and stuff like that. So
Definitely.
high five, because you've broken that generational curse, because
I do believe
you could have kept that going, and then guess what, your child is going to know that,
Yeah.
and then that's how it keeps going. So
I mean, I even see things like my grandma's still alive, and I see things like between my mom and grandma, and I'm like, Mommy, you deserve better. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's crazy because when I say that or feel that, I'm like, okay, well, I've done some therapy, I've done some healing. So like, I can see that, you know?
But even for you to see the difference between your mom's mom and how she was a mom to her, and
Oh yeah.
the way that your mom is a mom to you,
Yeah.
you know, like that's only one generation,
I know.
and
But it makes a difference.
it makes a huge difference,
It
and
makes such a difference.
that just goes to show that your mom was like, I'm going to parent a different way,
Yeah.
and now
And I'm
you
gonna
can see that.
she parented better, and then I'm gonna parent even better. And same with you.
And that's a beautiful generational, that's not a curse, that's a beautiful generational
Blossom?
blossom. I like that. Generational blossom.
And I mean, you want children.
I do.
Yeah. So I feel like Savannah and I, honestly, hopefully we have kids around the same time.
Yeah,
So
I think we will.
they could learn and be besties and maybe have a podcast one day.
Imagine.
But, oh, I would love that.
Me too.
But I feel like I'm knock on wood, and I might just be saying this because I'm biased, but I feel like we'll be great mommies one day.
Yeah, I feel like I've been set up to be a great mom because I've had
Sure
great
will.
parents, and
I mean, her mom, I'm so blessed to have her mom in my life, but I feel like I've learned just so much from your mom, and that's not even, you know, my blood mom, and I have a second mommy, you know, and I've learned so much from her. So I actually have a lot of mommies around me, and I did just lose Savannah. It was someone that was like a mommy to me, and so it was like the hardest thing, one of the hardest things I've ever gone through, but it makes you kind of realize, like, take advantage of the parents that are around. Like, why would I, like, this, for example, why harp on my dad not being around when I have all these women that love me more than he ever could, you know?
Right.
So, like, if you're listening and you're like, oh, well, my mom and dad, or my mom and dad, both aren't in my life, but I have all these aunts and uncles and cousins and friends that love me unconditionally. Why are you looking for love in some place that you can't find it? Because they don't want to give it. It has nothing to do with you. But then it kind of overshadows the love you have around you, and that's from experience.
Definitely.
Just myself, like, be around the people that love and adore you, and stop looking for love in places that are just not found, not there.
I love that. I really love that because that
My therapist taught me that.
yeah, I just feel like that concept can go for so many different things as well.
It can.
But yeah, love being one of them. I feel like we try to find love in, what's that country song, Love in Low Places?
Love
Or
and
that's
lovely.
Friends
No,
in Low Places.
I know exactly what you're
Friends
talking
in
about.
Low Places.
Not low.
Yeah,
Empty.
I
No.
think it's low.
Oh, it's
Friends
low?
in Low Places.
Yeah, we need to look that
Yeah.
up. But I know exactly what you're talking about.
I feel like we tend to look for things in places we almost know that we can't find it there.
But we keep going. Isn't that crazy how the brain works like that?
Yes.
And
Yeah, Friends in Low Places.
Low Places. And
By
also,
Garth Brooks.
yes, we love him. But even like your partner in life. Sorry, now that I'm thinking of something else. Your partner in life, find someone that is going to build that life with you that you wish you had as a kid.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like I'm always saying like you know, me and my partner are gonna do all these things that I never had, and in a weird way it's gonna heal me when I'm doing it for my children, you know?
Yes.
And
No,
like-
not in a weird way, in a beautiful way.
Yes.
And that is such a blessing and a gift literally from God, that He brings children into this world and you get to relive your childhood
Through
in
that.
a way that you're aware, in a way that you weren't when you were young.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to have kids to, I probably am going to be having way more fun than them when I take them places,
Mhm.
because I
For
love
sure.
bringing my inner child out. So if I have an
We
excuse,
still have that, yeah. We're at Chuck E. Cheese.
I'm going to be like on my run.
Move! I was actually just talking about Chuck E. Cheese the other day.
Oh my god, I was
I want to
somewhere
go
in-
back as an adult, and I want to hit up the salad bar.
Yeah,
So
girl,
we're
the
not-
pizza bar.
Oh,
I
the-
was,
oh, the
I was
pizza.
somewhere that it smelled like the pizza the other day, and I was just like, wow.
Oh my god, Chuck E. Cheese pizza was amazing.
Yeah, it was so good.
But anyways, so all of that one day, so, you know, pray and look for somebody that's going to do that. It's going to be the partner that's going to give your children the life that you always wish you had, and or the love that you wish you had, and it's I feel like it's so healing.
I love that. I think that is a way to heal by, okay, maybe you didn't have the greatest upbringing, but when it's your turn, what are you going to do to make sure that you can change for the better and
you will.
yeah, and give your child the childhood that you wish you had. I think that's a beautiful way to heal,
Yeah,
you know?
I think so too. And I feel like the older I've gotten, I've thought about it. Like, there's things that I can't wait to do for my kids that I always wanted to do, but it just
Exactly.
maybe there was no money, or maybe the situation was different, or like whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
So think about that. Your guys are not alone
Mm-hmm.
with the daddy issues. If it's grief, if it's just your mom or dad not in your life, your mom and dad, you know, are not here on earth physically, all you can do is move forward. All you can do is do better, or live by everything that they left in your life,
Yeah.
and just be the best that you can.
Mm-hmm. And that leads me to my next point. This is especially if you've lost a loved one. After my dad passed away, my really great friend Jada recommended a book to me, and it is called Signs, the Secret Language of the Universe, by
You've
Laura
talked to me about
Lynn
this.
Jackson. And it's a series of touching personal stories that pretty much speak on people experiencing different, almost like phenomenons or just experiences of a loved one who passed away. And it's an amazing book that it's just these stories. I cried every single chapter because they were so beautiful. And it's almost like, once a parent or a loved one is gone, it almost feels like there's no way to communicate to them, but this book taught me that there is. And literally the day that I tried to do this,
I remember the
was
story.
the craziest
Did you share that
thing.
story?
I can share it really quick because I can make it long, but I'm going to make it short for you guys. So pretty much, for me, I told God, I was like, I want, to see a ladybug, like just to kind of represent when my dad passed away. I was just like, I just want to see a ladybug just to kind of connect me to him, right? And I, at the time, was living in a high rise, and I was kind of wanting to see like a little ladybug come up like on the floor that I was on. Like that's kind of what was in my head. I was wanting to see just a ladybug. So that whole day I was looking for ladybugs, and then I didn't really see a ladybug. And then I remember that night I was going to celebrate a birthday with two friends of mine, and I had my boyfriend drop me off at my friend's house, and on the way to her house I'm like looking for ladybug murals. I'm like really searching for this ladybug, right? And so I pull up to my friend's house, and my other friend who was also coming with us, she called me, and I pick up the phone and I'm like, hey girl, and she's like, hey ladybug. And I was like, ah, like I literally screamed because this girl has never, like ladybug, she's never called me ladybug. No one has ever called me ladybug. And it was just so crazy to me because I thought I was going to physically see a ladybug. I didn't know that I would be called the ladybug. So there's signs out there, and you have to take them for what they are, because that will give you so much happiness. I know for me, just the other day, I was driving, and my dad used to call me Cookie. And I was driving, and I looked to the right, and I saw this huge like trash bin, and somebody had graffiti the word cookie on it. Aww. And I was like, hey daddy, hi. Yeah. Like, I take all the signs that I can, and I use that as, communication, because it's not like I can call my dad or text him or whatever. Like I can't talk to him anymore. So I take these signs. That's like yeah, but exactly. I take these signs and I use that as communication. So I really recommend the book to you guys. It's such a beautiful book with such beautiful stories and just such beautiful value and knowledge that can maybe give you some peace like it's given me.
I love those. You have to tell me more if you ever.
I'll give you the book. I have. Maybe you should read it.
Maybe I should read it, but Signs of from Sunny.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I hope that this kind of helped you guys. It was nice to open up about, what our dad's situation's like and how we overcome some stuff and how we're still maybe dealing with some stuff. So, I hope it helped whoever's listening.
Yeah, that you can be among, so many people, and you just don't know what they've been through or how they've been brought up or what their situation is like. So that's another reason to, be kind.
Yeah.
This world needs it right now. And if you can just be kind, you don't know what that can do for that person, or how that can just continue on as well. I do want to also read something from this. My dad gave me this the second to last time that I saw him.
And if you're listening to us, it's a little box.
Yeah, it's a little box, a little wooden box, and actually if you turn it,
aww,
it sings "Please Don't Take My Sunshine Away," which is crazy because I used to have I actually still have them. My mom found them. I have them at my place. I had these little bunny stuffed animals that played this song. So that already was sentimental to me. But inside the box, and this is for anybody who has lost a loved one, I just want you to know that this message is for you as well. Especially from your dad, because it's from my dad. It says, "To my daughter, never feel that you are alone. No matter how near or far apart." I'm gonna cry. Wait. "No matter how near or far apart, I am always right there in your heart. Just believe in yourself and remember, you only fail when you stop trying. Never forget that. Whatever you go through, no matter what, I will always love you. Love, Dad." And I just like I
Wait, he
can't.
gave that to
He
you?
gave that to me, and it's just crazy to
2
me.
weeks before you, or
No,
no,
not
last
2
week
weeks.
song.
Not the last time, but like the previous. Yeah, because my dad was not.
I love
he was.
you.
I love you. Thank you so much. I was like, am I gonna cry on this episode? And here we are at the very last minute. Here I am. But
I'm gonna get a tissue.
thank you. But it's just so crazy that. Thank you so much. That just I don't think he knew how much I was gonna need that. Like I think maybe he just was like, oh, like what a beautiful message for my daughter. But now that he's gone, it just hits completely different. And I keep it in this special spot, and it's just such a beautiful reminder to me because I love the part that says you only fail when you stop trying. Like that's
Yeah,
just
I think I always also say that the failure is success. Sorry, my belly.
You hungry?
I'm eating today.
But yeah, I really wanted to share that with you guys.
Thank you for
because-
sharing that because I've never even
you.
seen that.
Yeah, I just feel like somebody out
brave
there
girl.
needed to hear that.
Yeah, a brave girl here. Well, this is us, you guys. Literally, we're this is Brawl,
I feel like I
this is
just
Savannah's.
ugly cried.
No, this is you guys. Ugly crying is so healthy.
It's really so therapeutic.
It is so
I love
therapeutic.
crying. Like a good cry is so.
And then you
good.
feel like you're 20 pounds lighter.
Mm-hmm.
I even cry when I'm happy sometimes.
Oh yeah,
And
happy
that
tears.
feels good.
Oh my god, I cry a lot when I see like success. Like when I see other people like I don't know, I just always cry, like such happy tears. Because it's also, if you can see even the next person, maybe even your friend, like even you, like all the success that you've experienced, I'm like, success is in my neighborhood. If it can happen to you, it can happen to me.
Definitely. Definitely.
So,
I mean, there's people like on social media making all this money and they're just posting. Like you put your mind to something, you can do it. Is the point. Whatever,
Yeah.
how hard or easy it is, you can do it. It like really. And
so true. Just put your mind to it.
Listen to Sunny anytime you wanna
Yeah.
give
and
up.
Remember, you don't fail unless you stop trying.
Love
That's
that.
the motto I live by.
Maybe that should be the title.
Yeah.
That should be the title.
That should be the title.
That should be the title.
All right.
But guys, we're in episode 5, so that means we're halfway through the season.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry for the little hiatus. Life got to me, and
did.
I needed a little hiatus to figure out some stuff. But now we're back every Friday at 11 a.m. Central Time, and we want to do a Q&A, right? Should
We do.
make that live for episode 6 or?
Maybe.
Yeah, but we'll follow us on Instagram. Follow Brave Meets
Mhm.
Bold. Let's do a.
We'll
Get to know
also
us.
ask on our personal Instagrams too. But yeah, we would definitely want to do a Q&A so you guys can ask us things maybe that we've spoken on in previous episodes that maybe you're a little bit more curious about and want to know a little bit more about. So we did want to do a Q&A, so maybe our next episode could be the Q&A.
Yeah.
And maybe even a giveaway.
Giveaway, yes. We have some stuff in mind for a giveaway, and then merch.
Mm-hmm.
We need
We do
Yeah.
want that.
We do want that. So let us know what you think about that.
Yeah, let us know if you guys would be up for some merch.
I think it would be a fun little thing to have to all stay connected. And some Brave Meets Bold, and then you can always think if you're wearing it, you're going through something, and you learn something from us.
Mhm.
You can have us with you all the time.
Exactly, and then just also the name, like Brave Meets Bold. Like, you got to be brave and you got to be bold.
Did we ever tell them how we came up with the name?
I think we did on episode 1.
Okay. 'Cause
Yeah.
it was crazy.
It was crazy, but that's how you know crazy is sometimes
The best way.
yeah.
Exactly.
But thank you guys so much for letting us always be so open and honest, and real and raw. We love you guys. We love each other.
We love each other so much, and we love you so much. And thank you so much for listening.
Yes, thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching on YouTube and listening to us as well. And we hope you guys enjoyed this episode.
We definitely did. We got very open and honest, so we hope you enjoyed it.
Yes.
Well, we love you. Have a wonderful Friday.
Have a wonderful Friday and a great weekend, you guys.
Bye.